Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to record this video very quick because I want to do another market update for now, because Ethereum is forming potentially a very interesting pattern, the same pattern as we saw on Bitcoin when it was $85,000, $90,000, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so let's jump straight into our charts. And I want to start talking on Ethereum on 1 hour time frame. What is going on? Some of the people from my whale room announced that, oh my God, Ethereum is breaking this descending trend, which is, yeah, it is bullish for now. And for me to open another buy long position, ideally would be if the Ethereum would go down and retest this premium demand zone. But in general, looking on the right side, the market is really, like, let's just say very choppy. And this is not quite like my cup of tea of trading this type of market environment. Looking on the left side, this is the market environment I like to trade. Premium supply, or let's just say supply and demand zones, are pretty clear. Trend lines, the respect is there. Breakouts is really clean here. Let's just say not like ideally, but still everything looks pretty clear. Rally, retest at this demand, another bounce, descending trend, ascending trend, descending trend, breakouts. Everything is pretty clear. Right now, what do we see? That everything is super choppy. Also, yesterday I got stopped out on Ethereum trade, which was like nothing crazy, but I thought we're gonna start riding this bullish momentum, and I wanted to ride this bullish momentum on Ethereum. Every single time we're breaking the whole structure, we're changing, let's just say, the game changer structure, breaking the whole structure, we're shifting from a bearish into the bullish. Every single time from here, inside this range between 4.5k and this demand zone that sits at approximately 4,200, 300-ish, that sits at around here, we're going inside this range, and every single time I'm thinking that we're breaking the whole structure, we're shifting from the bearish into the bullish, I'm thinking that there's a chance for us to start retesting the key level of this resistance and see a clean breakout, because I'm bullish on Ethereum, my bias are still bullish. But still, we're going to jump on the bigger time frame. I'm going to show you some important patterns that we were forming that important to me. I don't know how about you, but still I got stopped out because I thought we're gonna still ride this bullish momentum on the 1 hour time frame. Didn't happen, got stopped out. I thought I'm gonna re-enter this buy long position, but I was like, no, I'm gonna take some few dollars from this position. I'm just gonna simply just cancel it, because I don't want to. The trading environment is in general is just not there. Every single time we're breaking the whole structure from here, again, rejection, breaking the whole structure, or even from here, beautiful retest at the premium demand, rally to the upside, rejection. Once again, we cannot break this freaking 4,500 key level. Of course, for me, ideally would be right now to open a buy long position at this premium demand, because after printing, let's just say, after this consolidation, after printing this impulsive movement, breaking this descending trend, yes, we're bullish, we print this impulsive movement, and after a retest, that could be a decent opportunity for us to start going into a long. And then I'm just seeing a connection between those trend lines at the bottom and at the top. Yeah, a couple of touch points. That is like not enough for me, but still trying to navigate myself based on this type of market structure. Maybe we're forming an ascending and explosive pattern, which could lead us once again to ride this rally until approximately from absolutely highs to our lows at approximately this supply that sits, yeah, just say ideally from this impulsive rejection, 4.7, maybe 4.6, haven't decided yet. I need to see those pivot points. I'm not doing this live, but just trying to speculate where the Ethereum price could start flying and when we can start rejecting again, because I still do believe that we need to retest for some reason the top, where the majority of the supply or the liquidity is sitting at. But still, at the end of the day, this is not like my cup of tea of this buy long position would be, because yeah, the market structure, the market environment is really choppy. Maybe right now we can see a rejection at the premium demand because, I don't know, today we have some important news and maybe we will have some kind of turbulence and we can get rejected once again and see if this demand is valid or not. But I do believe I'm going to see at least one touch point at here. I want to see how the market is starting to react at this bottom, and then I'm going to decide. But for me right now, I just want to stay out of it. But again, if I'm going to miss this bounce, then I'm going to start regretting that everything is just flying. But if I'm going to miss this one and I'm going to decide to stay out of this trade, my spot position is going to still increase. I'm going to take some profits. I'm going to take some profits from my spot position because in general, my goal to reach $4,000, I already complete. Everything is completed right now. Everything is above $4,000. I'm just securing my gains, So I'm taking my chips off the table. But yeah, I think I'm going to decide to stay out of this trade because, just bear with me, I want to jump on the bigger time frame on Ethereum. Let's just jump on the 4-hour time frame. Every single time I'm trying to compare of what is healthy and what is not. If we can take a look from the previous, let's just say, rally's top at around June 11, from the top to the bottom, the healthy rejection and the healthy drawdown in total was negative 27%. Well, let's just say approximately 30, which is crazy. Then after seeing this massive rally to the upside, if you remember my charts, I posted this on X. That was like a free call out for you fellas on my Telegram, on my X. There's a link down below, go sign. I mean, there's absolutely free channels where you can follow me daily. From this top to this bottom, it was negative 15%. What do we have here? From this top at another rejection, 15% as well. Right now, all I'm seeing is that from this top to the bottom, another 15%. So still to get rejected like for an extra 10% would be healthy for me. And there's like a plenty of juicy demand, or let's just say juicy support that sits at the bottom. Because we saw here that until, let's just say, negative 25%, it is still healthy in the bull rallies. So for me, ideally, negative 30, negative 35, it is a healthy thing. We saw like a multiple times during the previous bull rallies. So I'm still, if there's going to be a harder drawdown, that would be still acceptable for me. And yeah, we broke the whole structure. We're doomed. Manipulation, another rally. Manipulation, another rally. So I'm just looking from what is healthy and what is not. So everything is right now pretty healthy, in my opinion, on Ethereum. And of course, this whole support still holds the price. And we have like a multiple touch points. And what did that means? That means that this support is getting retested. And there's like right now, after seeing a multiple touch points, most of the time that support fails because we're retesting more than we have to. And then we're seeing a breakdown. If we're seeing everything is like that, everything is bouncing and getting rejected from the top multiple times, that means that the buying pressure is there and we're trying to break the resistance. But right now we see opposite, that everything is happening at the bottom. But this is just, I'm just trying to compare what is healthy and what is not. Well, let's just jump right now on the daily time frame. What I'm trying to project here, I'm seeing a potential, let's just say, I'm trying to project that we're printing a falling wedge pattern that could play out in, let's just say, one month, 2 weeks. I need more confirmation on this one. Of course, this is a little bit crazy, but that is what we did on the Bitcoin when it was sitting at $80, $85, $90,000. If you remember one of my videos, I tried to project that in the future, we could be printing this massive falling wedge pattern that could squeeze the price at the bottom. And then after a breakout, we can start seeing a nice and juicy final rally of this 4-year cycle in the crypto market. Because looking on the daily time frame, or let's just say on the 4-hour time frame, on the bigger time frame where all of the juices are, I'm seeing multiple, not like a confirmations, but multiple key levels that could be retested once again from absolutely lows to our highs by looking at the premium zones. or even at the golden zones, or even looking at this low after, rally, rejection, rally, from this low to a completely high, the connection of the support that sits at 3.9K. So there's also a very strong probability to start retesting this zone. And then another bounce, shifting from a bearish into the bullish, maybe squeezing and compressing somewhere inside this wedge until we're going to see breakout and a rally to the upside. Of course, I cannot time up the market. My timing could be like off, and I could be wrong because we're still seeing the multiple confirmation at this descending trend. We could break it today and everything's could be confirmed that we're breaking through this descending trend and there's another rally to the upside on the table. Right now, of course, we see, 4.5K is our main resistance, a psychological level, because $4,000 or 3.9K is also a very psychological level that could be retested, and the people, retail traders, institutions could start buying Ethereum one more time at this round psychological number. So this whole scenario is right now on the table. I'm keeping my eyes on this scenario. Can this setup fail? Absolutely. We can start breaking out even today from this descending trend, but I'm trying to prepare myself mentally. Are this whole scenario, if this whole scenario is going to start playing out, is this a bad thing? Or this is an opportunity for me to maybe accumulate more or to open a fat ass big buy position. So this is what I'm looking at the current moment. Then let's just jump on the other charts. That looking at the previous rally after breaking out, this one represents 50-day moving average. And every single time we're seeing a breakout through the 50-day moving average, this is like a bullish bull rally, daily time frame, rally to the upside, keep printing higher lows, keep printing higher lows. Of course, we printed this impulsive movement. A retracement inside this gap, or let's just call it a demand, is a very huge probability, despite the fact that we are above or even below right now 50-day moving average. Retest happened, close it above it, another rally to the upside. So what I wanted to say is that every single time we're seeing a rally to the upside and looking at the 50-day moving average, the probability to start retesting at least 50-day moving average, which is approximately sitting at the $4,000, is also a huge probability. Maybe we're going to see also a fake out, a breakdown through this 50-day moving average until we're going to retest those impulsive gaps. So this is at the, let's just say, let me just put this in the middle. Sorry for that. So these are the scenarios I'm trying to project that this could happen in the near future or in the upcoming weeks, months. Well, we'll see how everything's going to go. But that would be healthy. That would be healthy, and this whole scenario is on the table. Looking on the Bitcoin right now, yes, Bitcoin also broke this descending trend, but we have a shit ton of supply, or let's just call it a resistance in front of us. I missed the long trade because I focus more on Ethereum. I missed this buy a long trade. I didn't announce because, what's the point? Because if I'm not going to trade it. So descending trend, retest at the premium demand that represents this blue box, rally to the upside, and ton of supply here. Are we going to get rejected straight away? But still, if we're going to respect this demand, this is going to be still our higher low. So I'm interested and I'm very curious to see how the market is going to start reacting, if we're going to see the drop. But at the end of the day, I'm waiting and I want to see a breakout through those levels. Once again, looking from the trading perspective, this is our all-time high territory. Rally to the 120 once again, where all that liquidity, let's just call it liquidity sits at, is high. The probability is high if we're going to see a breakout. But at the end of the day, ton of resistance in front of us, all-time highs. We are in space. We don't have enough data right now. Of course, we have on the lower time frame, but when you're sitting at the all-time highs at the daily time frame, there's hard to tell how high Bitcoin could go. Of course, I can go on the weekly time frame to try to connect all of those tops, try to see the correlation between those two, to try to connect all of those tops with the ascending trend. If you want, you can do that, but I'm not like a fan of trading Bitcoin right now. I'm all diving into Ethereum. So this is the type of market structure I'm looking at. I'm not into a Bitcoin long trade. I'm not in any of trades right now. I got stopped out from the Ethereum. So I'm just looking how the market is going to start reacting today. And yeah, once again, Ethereum charts, I'm trading more aggressively right now, as you already know. The trading environment is just not there. Just not there. Everything is super choppy. Of course, it's a 1 hour time frame. I know you like guys to trade on the 30, on the 15-minute time frame, which is it's not my style, but still want to see some kind of rejection at the premium demand and see if this whole ascending explosive triangle could play out. But looking on the bigger picture, once again, there's a huge gap and till that descending support sits at, and we're printing a potential bottom pattern that after a breakout, I would love to see rally to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at the current moment. And yes, looking at the current moment, sorry for that. Looking on the Bitcoin dominance charts, trying to compare Bitcoin and all of the altcoins. I do understand that you like Bitcoin dominance charts. For me, it's like saying absolutely nothing. I can only read on the weekly time frame, and majority of the traders are reading this on the one week on the weekly time frame. From the highs to our lows, the premium selling power got respected and we got rejected. Every single time we try to predict where the Bitcoin dominance is going to get rejected and the altcoin is going to start flying, we fail like 4 or 5 times in a row. The data wasn't there. I mean, look at this price action. Can we analyze this? No. Every single time if the Bitcoin dominance is dropping, altcoins potentially, most of the time they're flying. If the Bitcoin dominance are going up, altcoins are doing absolutely nothing and the Bitcoin is just dominating the whole market. So right now, what do I see? I see a cleaner picture. First time in what? Let's just say 966 days, which is absolutely insane. Right now, we're sitting below 50-day moving average, and after seeing a breakout, rally to the upside. Right now we're seeing a breakdown. Of course, we can start retesting it, and the altcoins are going to do absolutely nothing once again. Ethereum is going to likely to drop, but then we'll see how hard it's going to drop. But then again, if we're going to start retesting this 50-day moving average, there's like a window to see nothing juicy in the market. And then we're going to see another rejection. And this is also another window where our altcoins potentially can start flying, or let's just say start shredding to the upside. So this is Bitcoin dominance charts. This is what I'm looking at the current moment. We'll see if everything is going to play out or not. Or maybe this is just a fake out and we're going to go above it. And another rally for the Bitcoin. Well, congratulations. Altcoins did nothing this cycle. What else do we have? To wrap this video, all I want to show you is that pump is pumping. I want to make a separate video about this one, but that was like a free call out for all of you fellas inside my Telegram, on my X. I told you, of course, we saw a lot of turbulence. We tried to long it from the bottom. I personally got stopped out, and then I decided to jump on spot on this one. So we went back inside this range, explosive pattern, break out through this descending trend, rally, gaps, supply, demand. The majority of demand has been formed at the bottom, rally to the upside. So in total, we got like what right now? 65%, sorry. So this is a perfect illustration of what type of market structure I'm looking on the altcoins. And there's not enough altcoins left to see in exactly the same market structure. I mean, the pattern. So that is why I'm trading right now Ethereum more aggressively. So we'll see where all those pivot points represents a take profit targets. But yeah, we'll see how high the pump could go. Like, how convenient. Pump is pumping. Yeah. Right now, let's just go back on Ethereum. Once again, by wrapping everything up here, I would like to see Ethereum. I want to be wrong about this upcoming drawdown. And I want to see Ethereum doing something like this, breaking out of this psychological numbers, around psychological numbers, maybe another fake out, shake off, and another rally to the upside. So this is what I'm looking on a lower time frame, and on a daily time frame. Yeah, there is a huge gap between current price where the Ethereum is trading right now and where the majority support it sits at. So that is pretty much it. Be prepared for anything, you know. So if this whole scenario is going to start playing out, I prepare mentally right now, because yeah, I'm trying to program myself, my brain, that if everything is going to go south, I'm cool with it, because yeah, that was part of my plan. But if not, we all happy. We all happy. Right now, Ethereum is pumping. So we'll see when the New York session is going to start opening. We're going to start kicking in. Maybe we're going to see some turbulence, and we're going to see some kind of rejection at the premium demand. And yeah, maybe we're going to see a bouncy higher or low. Maybe I will jump in the long position. So who knows? We'll see. But this is just a quick market update for the people who are trading on the lower time frame, and my point of view on the daily time frame. So I hope that was helpful, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace out.